In World War II, the harshest enemy was often the environment itself. Soldiers were not just fighting opposing armies, they were battling the unforgiving elements every single day. Soldiers faced relentless cold, rain, and wind, conditions that could kill as surely as any bullet. The weather was unpredictable, and the front lines offered little shelter from nature's fury. Hypothermia, frostbite, and trench foot were constant threats. Even a brief exposure could lead to permanent injury or death, making every day a struggle for survival. Insulation became a matter of survival, not comfort. Soldiers stuffed their uniforms with straw, newspaper, or anything they could find to keep the cold at bay. Without protection, a soldier's strength and will to fight quickly faded. The cold sapped energy, morale, and hope, leaving many on the brink of collapse. Armies struggled to keep millions warm with outdated gear, but the real battle was fought by each soldier, day by day. Supplies were scarce, and proper winter clothing was often a luxury. The fight against the elements was an invisible war, waged with whatever materials were at hand. Ingenuity and resourcefulness became as important as weapons. The innovations and lessons from this struggle would change survival forever. New materials and designs emerged, shaping the future of military gear and saving countless lives. This is the story of that fight and its lasting impact, a testament to human endurance and the will to survive against all odds. Wool was the soldier's main defense against the cold, warm when dry but disastrous when wet. For generations, armies relied on thick wool uniforms, believing them to be the best protection available. In freezing temperatures, a dry wool coat could mean the difference between survival and hypothermia. But when rain or snow soaked through, that same coat became a heavy, heat-sapping burden, clinging to the body and chilling soldiers to the bone. Soldiers trudged for miles in sodden uniforms, their energy drained by every step. The weight of wet wool made even short marches exhausting, and morale suffered as fatigue set in. Drying wool in the field was nearly impossible. Damp gear became the norm. Blankets and coats rarely dried out, especially in the relentless damp of winter campaigns. Fires to dry blankets risked enemy detection, so most slept cold and wet, shivering through the night and waking up no warmer than before. This constant exposure led to trench foot and other debilitating conditions, as feet remained soaked and skin broke down, sometimes leading to infection or even amputation. The very gear meant to protect often became a liability, weighing soldiers down and putting their health at risk. The need for better solutions was urgent and clear, driving innovation in military clothing and sparking the search for materials that could truly shield soldiers from the elements. The failures of wool in the harshest conditions drove rapid innovation. Soldiers, soaked and shivering, needed better protection from the elements. The limitations of traditional materials became painfully clear on the battlefield. Rubberized canvas brought true water resistance, keeping soldiers and their gear dry even in relentless rain. This breakthrough meant fewer cases of hypothermia and improved morale in the field. The M1943 field jacket introduced a lighter, layered system, adaptable and efficient. Soldiers could now add or remove layers to match the weather, making their uniforms more versatile than ever before. Layering allowed soldiers to adjust to changing conditions, a concept now standard in outdoor gear. This approach offered flexibility, comfort, and better temperature regulation during long campaigns. Synthetics like nylon emerged, prized for their strength, quick drying, and resistance to rot. Nylon's durability and lightweight made it ideal for both uniforms and parachutes, revolutionizing military textiles. These new materials shifted the focus from heavy insulation to mobility and moisture management. Soldiers could move faster, stay drier, and carry less weight, all crucial advantages in combat. The groundwork was laid for modern high-performance gear. Innovations from this era continue to influence outdoor clothing and survival equipment today. The war's textile revolution was quiet but transformative, reshaping not just military uniforms but the entire approach to survival in extreme environments. Survival would never be the same, as the lessons learned in wartime innovation continue to protect and inspire adventurers and soldiers alike. Soldiers became masters of improvisation, layering uniforms with anything available. Enemy coats, sweaters from home, even newspaper, crumpled paper, dry grass and straw stuffed into boots and jackets trapped precious heat. Ponchos became makeshift tents, ground sheets and sleeping bag covers. These tricks weren't taught in training. They were shared in whispers on the front line. Heating rocks for warmth, sharing blankets, and adapting gear became essential survival skills. Each hack was a small victory against the cold. This collective ingenuity was as vital as any official equipment. The front line was a classroom for survival. The war's hard-won lessons shaped post-war gear, like the beloved WWII poncho liner. Veterans brought their survival know-how home, fueling demand for better outdoor equipment. Layered clothing, waterproof fabrics, and synthetic insulation became standard for adventurers everywhere. These innovations were born from necessity, not fashion. The hardships of war drove breakthroughs that now keep millions safe and comfortable. Every modern hiker and camper benefits from this legacy. The story of wartime insulation is one of resilience and ingenuity. Even in the darkest times, the will to survive sparks discoveries that endure.